Detroit's got everything. It is up there. It's certainly a top 3 roster in the game. Jahmyr Gibbs, yeah, he just got back healthy, right? So they probably want to bring him along slow, but they're still so good. They just go, hey, we got David Montgomery. Don't worry about it. But the other thing is this with Detroit. Oh, yes, he is here. His name is Jameson Williams.
Yeah.
He is about to take the league by storm. I've always been a fan. He was my number 1 receiver coming out a few years ago with the injury and all that. He's finally arrived. You heard it all through training camp. And you know, this is a guy that he's got 3 rockets up his ass, this one right here. It is as fast as anybody in football not named Tyreek Hill, and I think he could give Tyreek Hill a run for his money too. I do. But this is where I think this Rams offense will go to another level. It's like they unlocked another part, a cheat code in the video games or something like that. We can run the ball. We got Amon-Ra St. Brown. We got Laporta. We can work the middle of the field and the intermediate stuff. And oh no, now we got a deep threat that Jared Goff is comfortable with. And if you try to play Amon-Ra St. Brown in our run game too aggressively, he will tear you apart deep over the top. And that's what I'm excited about for the Lions.
I'd love to know what they did to set up the stop and go with Tre'Davious White.
Oh, right.
Because it doesn't matter how fast you are. When you freeze a guy like that with the
No
stop,
doubt.
you're gone.
That's usually a thing where receiver comes to the sideline. He goes, I can run by this guy. And then he starts to go, and he's sitting on some of my underneath routes. He's daring us to, right? And then they see a few pictures on the tablet and all that, and they start to go, yeah, he really is. He's not really backing up once you get to 8 or 10 yards. He's waiting for an out route or a curl route. And I think they saw that, and they said, okay, let's teach him a lesson here. He's being a little too aggressive, and boom, right over the top. And Tre'Davious White has dealt with injuries the last few years. He's certainly not going to be able to run with Jameson Williams. That could be a concern for the Rams down the path here, is their secondary altogether. But damn, this Detroit football team.
What a group of weapons, though, between Williams and Amon-Ra St. Brown and Sam Laporta and Gibbs and Montgomery. Holy crap.
Exactly.
The weakest link on offense, I don't want to say it because
Jared Goff. But he's not a weak link.
But
I understand.
I'm not saying he's not a weak link, but
okay,
he is. Every chain has a weakest link.
I guess so.
He's the weakest link in the chain because everything else is so good.
Yeah, I hear you. But damn, that's still a damn strong. I mean, I'm not going to say I totally disagree with you there, right? I hear you. But that's a strong weak link. I'll say that.
No, and he's getting better.
He is.
He's getting better.
He makes plays.
They're putting more
on
on him.
He's perfect for their football team. You know, he is. He just leads. He's humble. They got a coach that's a great leader and rah, 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 we're going to do this and rah, rah, rah. They don't need Jared Goff's voice. They're perfect that way. They got a few psychos on defense that are great leaders. So Jared Goff is more of like, hey, I'm just going to be the guy to show you how to do things, lead the way, be tough. I'll be humble. I'll be the first one in, the last one out. That's all he needs to do here, and he's perfect for that, let alone Mark Brunell and Ben Johnson have gotten him playing a style of football that's incredible. Yeah, he throws the interception here. That was an incredible play by Johnson III. It was. But it was an amazing game. It really looked like, man, Detroit might run away with this thing the way halftime ended. And I thought, man, the Rams got no chance. And there we got midway through the fourth quarter, and I went, man, Detroit can't do anything. And the Rams are moving the ball up and down the field at will. Miss Stafford was just picking them apart with all these slot options and slot option outs and fake the out and come back in and do all that. And slowly but surely they make the comeback, get a touchdown called back on the 1 yard line, right? Have to settle for a field goal. That was a big play in the football game. That was followed up by the next drive, Jared Goff and the interception we saw. Then they go down and score, and you're going, holy, can the Rams pull this off with these injuries and not running the ball and doing that? But ultimately Detroit, that toughness, that knee-biting attitude showed up.
There's an alternate universe where Matthew Stafford sat down with Dan Campbell after Campbell became the head coach of the team and decided he didn't want to leave. And I know that getting the 2 first-round picks and the third-round pick and also getting Jared Goff, who was supposed to be the, will you please take this guy away from us, we'll give you an extra first-round pick.
That's where he was.
Insertion.
Right.
But if Stafford had just said, you know what, I've been here since 2009. I'm just going to stick it out. Let's give it one more try. Let's give it one more go with Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes, and let's see what kind of a roster they can build. That would have been a hell of a lot better story. And we talked earlier about Goff. I mean, now Stafford, who knows how much he has left? That's the problem. They would have needed to have a replacement ready to go. But Stafford's skill set with what they have in that offense, and again, they wouldn't have all those guys because the draft picks helped. But because they still boo the hell out of him, and it's a shame that they do. Hell, when he went to the Rams, like the Rams games in Detroit,
Detroit Rams.
The ratings went through
My
the
buddy
roof.
Ahmed Fareed's got a shirt because he's a Lions fan that says Detroit Rams because he was rooting for Stafford.
But he did one out.
But yes, he did.
Out.
He did. I understand that. You know, it's been a long time there. Nothing's gone well. It's about to. Oh, we're gonna rebuild. He's going, wait, the Rams, it's McVay, the quarterback. All they need is a big-time quarterback. They're ready to win a Super Bowl. He got that. He got the Super Bowl. And then the Detroit fans are like, all right, fine. It's time for us to get one for us now. So the hell with you. And boo, Jared Goff. So it's an incredible story. It really is. Stafford goes and gets a Super Bowl. Now Jared Goff is sitting on top of a team that's arguably the best team in football. I mean, I feel like they'll be in that conversation all year. The improvements in the secondary, I know we didn't see it last night totally, but it looks better. There's no doubt about that, along with Marcus Davenport helping out as a pass rusher. So I'm very confident in the Detroit football team. Wasn't their best ball last night, but it was their first time on the field altogether the whole year, and they still pulled out a win against the Rams.
They better enjoy Marcus Davenport while they can.
I know, because injuries are the issue. Right. That is something to watch out for. If they can get production from him to where it doesn't have to be Aiden Hutchinson or Aaron Glenn calling blitzes to get pressure on the quarterback, and they can play and get to the quarterback with the front four a little bit more, man, they will be tough because they're creative on the back end with what they do in coverages, and they got a little talent back there right now. That's for sure.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.